Hi everybody, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, seems Norwegian's at it again. Just after I announced that African cruise was changed itinerary, we now have another repositioning cruise being changed as well. We also have some information on a new Broadway show coming to the brand new Star of the Seas when it launches. We have Region 7 Seas is also just getting ready to build their next class of ship, and we'll talk a little bit about that. As well as finally, we have an amazing discovery as a long lost World War I vessel has been located by a cruise ship. That's right, a Seaborn expedition ship discovered a World War I with its submarine. Kind of amazing. So first off, let's talk about Star of the Seas. Well, the Star of the Seas is being launched next year, and it's going to have a brand new musical Broadway show. And this one's going to be based on, are you ready for it? Back to the Future. That's right, the one with Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox. This movie came out in 1985 and is still a classic to this day. In fact, on October 21st was its anniversary of that movie, but I'm thinking this sounds kind of exciting to me. I enjoy the movie, and I enjoy musical, like Broadway musicals on the ships, and this is going to be a brand new one that we haven't seen yet. And I am all in. I'm all in on this one. I can expect some classics from the movie and some all new ones thrown in, and I think it'll be a really good time. Might make me want to book the Star of the Seas just so I can see that Broadway show. Speaking of new things happening, we now have the Region 7 Seas has laid its keel now for their next class of ship, and it is going to be a prestige class. So it's going to be called the Seven Seas Prestige, but it's a whole new class of ship, which will be the Prestige class as well. They are also owned under the Norwegian group, which we'll talk about again in the near future. Region 7 Seas is one of those luxury, ultra luxury cruise lines that's your step up from your Celebrity, Holland America, Princess kind of line, where they really focus on itineraries as well as that small ship feel. Well, this one is going to have about 850 guests with about 400 suites on it, slightly over that, which means they're going to have one of the highest guest to space ratio of any cruise line out there, of any ship out there, which means you get more space in your rooms. And every room basically on these ships are suites of some sort. It really is kind of amazing when you get on the ships and you see how large these staterooms are going to be. It's going to have all the new bells and whistles, of course. It's still going to have that small ship feel, as well as being able to get into a lot of ports that the large cruise ships aren't able to do because of size restrictions, etc. So very interesting. It should start launching in 2026. So if you're a fan of those small cruise ships, you have a brand new luxury ultra cruise ship to get ready for coming out in the near future. Is a good sign. Next we have the Seaborn Pursuit has just made a kind of an amazing discovery, where a lot of places like the fishermen were bringing up, lobster fishermen, etc., were bringing up pieces of metal in their lobster traps, would get caught in them. So people suspect that there must be a ship out there, sunk somewhere. Well, apparently they have discovered with their submarine on their expedition cruise ship, they discovered a ship called the Titania, a German vessel from World War I, a 110-year-old vessel that they have now discovered. And it's kind of amazing all the different things that we're seeing with these cruise ship expedition lines. We had one expedition ship discovered a new species of fish. We had another one discover a new species of bird. It's kind of really crazy. And if you happen to be on, in this case, the celebrity, the Seaborn Pursuit, well, you might have gotten a chance to be part of history where you are now one of the person in those little submarines that saw, and in 110 years, you're the only people who have ever seen this ship. Kind of amazing. I have a little bit of jealousy in there as well. So good on Seabourn for this good discovery. Next, I want to talk about itinerary changes. But before I get there, let me just invite you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. If you want to keep up to date with everything going on in cruising, from cruise ship itinerary changes to hurricane situations that are happening that might affect your cruise, to tips and tricks that just might make your cruise just a little bit better, a little bit smoother, and maybe even save you some money in the meantime. I hope you'll join us here. It really doesn't cost anything to hit that subscribe button, but it really does help the channel out when you do so. And again, I really do appreciate it. So I just came out with Norwegian Cruise Line, and I mentioned that they had changed the itineraries of one of their African cruises. People were upset because basically everything changed on that. Well, this one doesn't go to that extent, but on the NCL Bliss, which is on the December 6th cruise, I believe it is a 16-night repositioning cruise from Los Angeles to Miami. Well, it is no longer going to be stopping in the port of Manzanillo. And also, 2 other ports have been adjusted the time. One, you're getting 2 hours extended, but earlier in the day, it was supposed to leave at like 9:30 at night, and now it's leaving at 6 o'clock at night, so you don't get to go out and experience the nightlife that's there. You're more, when you arrive at 6:30 in the morning, what's open at 6:30 in the morning? Not a whole lot. So by removing the evening stuff, they're kind of taking away a chance of opportunities of people to do some things later in the evening. And then another one, they were removing 2 hours from the time there as well in another port, in another call. And at this time, no compensation is being offered to anybody on that ship, but they came out with their statement again. And let me just read exactly what the statement says. We are committed to providing the best vacations at sea and have been working tirelessly to continue to elevate the quality of the overall guest experience while positively impacting society and the environment. Society and the environment. I wonder what that's going to mean. As we continue to optimize itineraries for enhanced port and shore excursion availability, even though they're arriving earlier where there's no time for excursions and cutting out time for excursions later in the day, as well as fuel efficiency. There's a big one, right? Fuel efficiency. As part of our commitment to the environment and sustainability efforts, we have adjusted the itinerary. Okay, now they go to this port of Manzanillo all the time. In fact, a cruise ship was just there on October 21st. I think the Encore pulled in there. So I'm not really sure what their savings is or anything like that. But it's just been removed. Now you're going to have an extra sea day and no compensation being offered for the loss. The only thing they're offering is to refund you your shore excursions that you booked through the cruise line for that. They're not going to refund you the shore excursions you might have booked on your own, just if you booked through the cruise line. Well, I hope they're going to refund that money because you're not going on those shore excursions because they're not going to the port anymore. So it's not really a here you go a reward. It's yeah, we're kind of forced to do this now than anything. But it's happening again more and more and more and more. And it always seems to be happening now after final payments are made when no one can make the decision to say, you know what, I no longer like the new itinerary you've chosen for me. I don't want to go. And you can cancel before final payments with much less hardship and much less fines and penalties, etc. So yeah, people are a little upset. People are now speaking out a lot about it. And I don't know what the solution is for Norwegian Cruise Line, but I'm thinking you must know more than just a month before your cruise ship sail that you're going to change the gas itinerary because of fuel efficiency and everything, etc. You must know these things well before 1 month. So I'm kind of saying you need to step up your game a little bit, Norwegian, and at least give the people the opportunity before they make their final payments to be able to change their mind and get their money back. Well, what do you guys think? Do you think this is just happening way too often now? Or, hey, I'm really glad that they're looking at optimizing fuel efficiency and saving the environment, and I think it's perfectly okay that they change the itineraries after the fact right before the cruise sets sail. Some people will feel that's a really good, fair trade-off, and some people won't. Let me know in the comments down below, and until next time, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. We'll see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world. Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.